was a way to show respect to the audience and respect your own business. It was a way to tell.
Ladies and gentlemen, heels and faces, casual wrestling fans, and all you smart marks, I am Mr. Richie Moon.
And I'm Kayfabe AJ.
And I'm Kayfabe Focus.
And this is Kayfabe Avenue.
The podcast, all the above.
You didn't know we were going there. Got to die. Idiots.
So tell us where we are.
And like every week, we start off with the news.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have some good news and I have some bad news.
Do you? What?
Yeah.
Start off with some good news. Even if you have bad news,
I
start us
do-
off with some
I
good
do
news
always have
anyway.
some bad news. That's what Barrett tells us every week.
Yeah, we do have some
Good
bad news.
news.
We have
Some
some
bad
news.
news.
Hit you with the Barrett balls.
Let's see. Good news. Ken Shamrock is returning to wrestling
I
after
thought you
20
really
years.
were going to start off with bad news.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, just.
Well,
you might as well. Yeah. It's gotta be customs. My mind has been trained to the bad news now. I can't accept good news now.
Ken Shamrock is returning to wrestling at WXW after 20 years of not being in the ring.
Okay.
Those that know who Ken Shamrock is, he was big in UFC, MMA world. Probably the first legitimate UFC to WWE transfer
Yep.
period.
Yep.
Before this Brock Lesnar, Ronda Rousey situation, there was Ken Shamrock.
And Dan the Man Severn.
I think he's welcome back, even though he's in his later
He waited
years.
so long. He waited way too long, man.
I don't know.
Damn, this guy waited so long.
But he's trying in a promotion that maybe he could put some eyes on too.
Yeah, WXW, Volta. Volta, a lot of guys you see in the UK brand were frequent WXW.
We have WrestleMania 36 officially confirmed for Tampa, Florida.
Woo!
Try to see if we make that happen for next year.
Facts, 6 times.
JR, good old JR.
Good old
Good old
JR.
Jay.
My God.
He's gone from WWE at the end of this month.
Really?
I didn't even know he was still hired by WWE. He's not using commentary. I don't know what he was doing.
They don't use him.
Yeah, I don't know what they were using him
And
for, if they were at all. So
And they stopped him from doing his New Japan stuff.
yeah, so rumor has it he's going to AEW, which, you know, from the beginning of, before we even knew what AEW was, there was rumors that JR along with Chris Jericho and those group of guys, the Elite, were, you know, actually.
That's what we call it, the Bullet Club.
Unit.
It was the Bullet Club, Chris Jericho, and Jim
Alpha
Ross thing.
Club, all
Yeah,
that shit
man.
was going on.
Wow.
But yeah, JR, the rumor to head to AEW after he's confirmed that he's not coming back to WWE. He's parting ways with them. So one of the this is like the fifth time.
Yeah, I think this time is
Him
probably
with
going to be
JR
for
and WWE.
a pretty long time.
I think wherever he goes, he's gonna end up retiring, like officially.
Yeah.
We have, speaking about people who are leaving WWE, we have Gallows and Anderson confirming that they're out at the end of their contract, which is September 2019.
See, like, that's like, you know, around the time, you know, television deals.
And that kind of links to my next news of AJ Styles, who has yet to sign a contract as well.
Yeah.
But
That's what
rumor has it that he's actually gonna,
Yeah.
stay with WWE. I feel like he has no reason not to stay,
Yeah.
because he's actually been treated really good. Just came off a 300+ day championship reign. He's had WrestleMania matches. You know,
He's been
Been
treated
treated
good.
pretty good.
He's been treated good.
he's one of the rare occasions so far out of everything else.
I wouldn't be upset if he left.
I think this is it for him. Like, he really
Probably
shouldn't.
though.
Why take a chance when you got a for sure thing and it's a place where you can retire and have the legacy?
Sure.
On top of those contract rumors, we have Dean Ambrose, which is
Probably a work.
supposedly he's leaving after WrestleMania. Sounds like a work.
They might have
But-
helped him too. They might have shot themselves into
into
work.
work.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's actually rumors of people backstage trying to get together to try to convince him to stay. That's kind of rare.
Get out.
Yeah.
Get out.
He's in the sunken place of
You
WWE.
can always, you know why? You know why I saying get out? Because you can come back. WWE's not going anywhere. Get out.
And he's
Why
already a
not?
proven wrestler for them, so
Exactly.
he could just
Go out.
literally test the waters if he likes it or not.
Make
come
yourself hotter. Are you kidding me? If he leaves and shows up somewhere else, he'll be hotter than he was before. Why not leave? Get out.
back. They're also offering legend contracts to people who are obviously are legends, doubling the length of the contract from a normal year to 2 year
Got the money?
with a 2-year option, so up to 4 years on the contract. The rumors are that they're doubling the pay,
I got the money.
so
All the blood oil money.
a lot
and
of
the Fox money.
a lot of contract talk this week, definitely. I want to send a get well wish to Tommaso Ciampa, who received surgery for his neck.
Get well,
Get well,
champ.
champ.
Get well,
He's gonna be
champ.
gone for over a year, and it's sad to see because his storyline on NXT has been like the pinnacle of NXT in the last 2 years. It was finally getting to a heel
We were the champ.
DIY, which was crossing all 3 brands.
I mean, we still get to see that though.
A little bit. We get
to
the
see
payoff
the
of the
Classic.
Classic. You're right, but
we were literally in the last chapter.
we had them actually
the
making
last
waves
chapter.
on the main roster, so that's
Yeah.
dead in the water right now.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
we
Get well,
want to
champ.
send a rest in peace and a condolences to the families of King Kong Bundy and to Jungle Boy, which is a AEW wrestler. His
Yeah.
father is actually actor Luke Perry. So rest in peace to him. You might know him from 90210. Dylan from 90210.
You know, was that the manager of Kaientai?
Yes, I seen that. Yeah.
Manager of Kaientai.
Yes.
So rest in peace to those families. Condolences
Yes,
to those
definitely.
families. Rest in peace to those people gone. Of course, we said we got bad news, right? Jushin Thunder Liger is announcing his retirement at the next Wrestle Kingdom.
Wrestle Kingdom
So
14.
he'll be retiring at the Tokyo Dome, which is, I guess, a fitting cap to his career.
Like 30. Dude, he's been wrestling for like 30 years. Probably longer than that.
So we have Alicia Fox. Rumors have it
Yeah.
that she's been going through some alcohol issues and was offered rehab, which she denied.
Yeah.
I guess the crazy erratic behavior is more than just a character.
I mean, if she's denying rehab, you might as well just release her.
I feel like she's been like this for a while, and WWE kind of believes in her, but stops, and it might be her personal life.
She
conflicting.
showed up late for a show last year when she was about to get a big push.
I heard
And
that.
I remember
That's
they were working on
over
pushing
2 hours
her.
late.
Over this the Survivor Series and the cat they were starting to push her, and that's
Yeah.
probably when it happened and that.
So we have that. We have that news. If Alicia Fox is in that kind of situation, we wish her
Please.
get well soon.
Mental health is
And
very important.
mental health is definitely important. And what else we have here? Actually, some good news. We have the confirmation of AEW's next pay-per-view after Double or Nothing, which is Fight for the Fallen on July 13th.
Yes,
and
sir.
it's in Jacksonville, Florida. So actually, all the money that's being generated for Fight for the Fallen is going to charities.
Yes.
That's the whole theme of the pay-per-view, which is something that not even WWE has thought of, I think.
I don't
They
know.
have the Conor Cure and all that stuff, and the
But this is
Susan
specifically
G. Coleman.
this is specifically for the gun violence down in Tampa. It's specifically for that community. So
Yeah.
that's AEW's doing a lot of with the sensory things they're doing at their shows, with the really bringing in the LGBTQ community into AEW. There's a lot of breaking down a lot of walls. And the first transgender wrestler, so they're doing a lot of firsts.
Yeah.
It's someone up to I say this, it's someone up to double enough, It really is. People saying they're quiet now. It's WrestleMania season. Why wouldn't they be quiet?
Yeah, I mean, Not only that, they're
Slowly building.
making it known that we're not trying to compete. We're trying to be our own thing. And I just saw an interview with Billy Gunn on the Chris Van Vliet show.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And he straight up said it, like, I don't think we're trying to quit at all. And he's one of the guys backstage that does see kind of the creative thing going on. So, you know, let AEW be AEW, let WWE be WWE. At the end of the day, we get to sit back and watch it all. So,
Yep.
you got any news? That's the end of my news.
Interesting little tidbit. Shawn Michaels said that there was an out clause in his contract for one more match after the initial WrestleMania 26 retirement match. So he always had in his head that he wanted to do one more match. He got that crown jewel. I'm gonna leave it at that. World Series of Wrestling down a promotion down in Australia. They have a lot of interesting matches because they get wrestlers from all over the world. They had Abyss, who's a WWE producer. They had Jordan Grace, who was part of Impact. They had SCU versus the Villain Enterprises. So we already getting AEW versus Ring of Honor, and there's just a lot of interesting matches. They had Brian Cage versus Scorpio Sky, the Mexican Bloods, which is Bandino and Flamita versus SCU. We're getting a new Bullet Club member soon.
Oh yeah, I just saw the promo today.
Yeah, and he's gonna be facing Pac at the end of the month. So you know what I'm saying? We getting New Japan Wrestling versus AEW. These things are already happening. That's why, you know, other promotions that you may not know about or hear about, just give them a look, go see. Give them a page here. Page here. Oh, where you at? Page here. Oh, right here. Page here. So, but yeah, that's all I got for the news. So,
that's all for the news.
That was the good news. That was the bad news. Let's move on to Monday Night Raw.
Move on to Monday Night Raw.
So, Monday Night Raw opens with Roman Reigns, and the first thing he wants to do is get down to the business of Seth Rollins, the WWE Universal Championship title picture.
Oh yeah.
He pretty much told him, you earned your spot. You were the guy holding it down while I was away. Go beat the Beast. I'm in full support of you. The next thing he asked him was he wants one more run with the Shield before they might not be able to do it. Life's too short. Like, let's get it done.
Yeah.
Seth accepts, but Dean doesn't. Dean says he needs to go out and handle his business on his own, and he has something to prove to himself. The first match of the night was Kurt Angle, Finn Balor, and Braun Strowman versus Corbin Lashley and Dean. More of
mid-card of Doom.
Yeah, more of the same.
Sorry.
More of the same between these two groups, and these three men. Pretty much every week they've been pretty much dominating. I can't take nothing away from them.
You really can't, man.
I actually like Lashley, Drew, and for the most part, if Corbin fucking changes his style, I stomach him a little bit more. I like his old style. Corbin's, ring attire.
Yeah.
Investing, it worked for the GM role you had, but time to get back to where you were.
There's something about just, I think I would like this trio more if it was on SmackDown. I can't wait for the Burns to do it. I think this trio works. But
after WrestleMania.
I think it works, but it's just the mid-card of Doom. It's the mid-card of Doom.
Yeah. So next up, we have Natty versus Ruby Riott, which Natty ends up with the win.
God forbid Ruby Riott win the match.
After the match, we have Lacey Evans doing more of the walk to the ring, walk back stage. I don't know what's the point of this at this point. I thought by now we'll have a definitive answer on, like, what is she trying to really do. She's trying to steal the spotlight and attention, but you haven't done it from one specific person. She's just random. So I'm already, as a fan watching, I'm tired of this randomness with Lacey Evans. Pull the fucking trigger. Make her the manager for Heavy Machinery, which is what they was kind of leaning towards, and that went nowhere. Just do something with her. Lacey looked good in the Rumble. She looked like she could go toe-to-toe with a lot of these women. She looked good against Charlotte. Let's see more or less Lacey Evans in an actual role, Next up, we have the Batista recap. Triple H cuts a promo on Batista. Kind of blurs the lines of reality.
We spoke about this earlier in our general discussion.
You can check that out. It's on YouTube right now.
I'm not famous at all.
So we have Triple H pretty much addressing Batista
Great
and saying,
promo.
you know, the one thing I did like about the promo, the jab he took at Batista was, you needed to do it this way because you couldn't quit
Yeah, he could have quit.
like you usually do.
He hit with another good zinger. It's like, God knows you've been begging for my attention, crying on social media.
Yeah,
He
so
kind of has
he,
them, so.
you know, he kind of explained the real man Ric Flair and his attachment to
Richard
Ric
Flair.
Flair and their history up and down the road together. So, you know, Batista was supposed to show up. He said, "I don't like Philly,"
I like that.
which I like that part too. I like Batista's work right now.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not
This
busy.
This is how Batista should have arrived the first time they tried to bring him back. This is the.
He tried.
It's
He tried.
it's more fitting of Batista's character.
He said, I didn't have any prior obligations. I didn't have anything to do. I just
didn't like Philly.
Philly.
So,
Pow, right in the kisser.
next up we have Steph being interviewed backstage. She mentioned how Ronda dropping the title on the floor, on the mat of the ring, actually was disrespectful. She laid it out for
Very
Steph, pretty much walked
Very
away from the title.
disrespectful. Ronnie must be stopped.
No one would ever do that. So
Ronnie
it left her
would.
no choice. She ends up lifting the suspension off of Becky, and instead of giving Ronda immediately her title back and just saying, "Hey, I submitted to her demands," which I like, the twist was Becky's gonna sign the contract for anything bad happens to her. WWE's not at fault, and she's gonna fight Charlotte for the championship at Fastlane. So you know that was pretty decent work. I knew going into this that Ronda wasn't gonna let that rock.
Nope.
We get more into that later. But we have Heavy Machinery. There was a little segment earlier showing Heavy Machinery, the different tag teams. The different tag teams on the show have been talking about Heavy Machinery, and it upsets them. They end up challenging all of them to a gauntlet match, and we have a tag team gauntlet match between Heavy Machinery, which comes out on top at the end, versus the B team, versus Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, and the Ascension. I like the fact that they're using the obscure tag teams.
Finally.
It seems like they're actually finally building this division.
Finally.
I would like
The
to see
right
the
way.
Colognes, though.
Don't
Yeah,
talk
what happened to them?
They're selling
the-
timeshares in Puerto
about-
Rico.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Oh,
they're on the
They went
contract.
back to that.
Yeah.
That's not true. Don't believe it.
Who?
They just not used.
Ooh.
Yeah. So next up, we have Batista being confirmed to show up next week, tomorrow's episode of Raw.
Hopefully.
Tori Wilson confirmed for the Hall of Fame. We have Charlotte cutting a promo on Becky, and pretty much saying like this doesn't make sense. She's gonna hobble her way.
But you stuck that.
You know,
That with me.
we got into the discussion. Check the discussion.
Yeah, check into the discussion.
I like it too.
This whole thing with
Charlotte Flair's been cutting some really good promos on
Becky
lately.
and Charlotte.
She's been just on it.
Really good.
Yeah, she's been on it.
I don't know. I feel like Charlotte is kind of on the outskirts of this rivalry right now. Like
I think
she's the one on the outside looking in, trying to steal the win right now.
I feel that Charlotte is almost in a weird way kind of the glue that makes this because she did
Well,
get inserted.
keeping Becky off TV, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But she cuts the promo on Becky. We'll see the signing later on in the night. Next, we have Seth approaching Dean Ambrose backstage. Dean has this whole like,
You're my wrestling soulmate.
that was weird.
Who speaks like that? Huh?
That was weird.
Who talks like that? Who talks like that?
After saying that we don't see eye to eye all the time, and we fought each other numerous times, but you're my wrestling soulmate. That was weird.
Soulmate.
There's better ways to say that. You know, you're my wrestling
Gosh, I'm gonna say I don't even mind this.
equivalent or something. Something better than
Who's there?
soulmate.
Who
Anyway,
is writing this shit?
I would have thought that
Who is booking this crap?
Renee Young was his soulmate. But anyways,
Who's,
Dean still is not with the Shield thing. He wants to go out on his own. Dean versus Elias is next, with Elias getting the win over Dean Ambrose. After the match, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins kind of support Dean. Dean leaves, still not accepting the Shield invitation. That leads to Drew McIntyre, Corbin, and Lashley coming out, surrounding Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. A brawl breaks out. Dean, of course, comes back. Shield's reunited. We're gonna have that one. They're booking it as the one last time tonight at Fastlane. So we'll see about that.
I wonder how many times we're gonna hear Shield one last time.
Right. I'm tired of the last time. Just say, hey, the Shield's back. The Shield is the Shield. Right. They don't need to be broken up. They don't need to be.
But you know what?
Back.
To
The
WWE,
Shield is the Shield.
to WWE's defense, they did not know that Roman was coming back this soon. They didn't know that he basically going to show up when they were like, yeah, so guess what? I'm better. I'm ready to wrestle now.
Yeah.
That's
So-
essentially what happened. Like, so
It's a
so
lot
to their
of stuff
defense,
going on. So
to their defense.
next
that
up, we
wasn't
have
bad.
Sasha Banks versus Tamina, with Tamina getting the win. After that, we got the Revival versus Ricochet and Black, as in a disqualification
Good
win for
match.
the Revival. Good match, great back and forth.
Yeah.
I've been liking everything they've been doing so far.
Yeah.
They kind of redeemed themselves in my eyes as far as making Revival lose titles for Black and Ricochet. They
Yeah.
finally found the way they should have done it. The DQ victory for Revival. When Rude and Gable come out, they attack the Revival because, of course, Revival won the titles off of them.
Mhm.
They've been left, on the back burner ever since Ricochet and Aleister Black came on the scene. So we're more than likely gonna see. Wait, they actually have a match tonight, right? Triple threat for the tag titles.
Yep. Yep. It's a triple threat tag team title
So
match.
we have that to look forward to. Then to end Raw, it was Stephanie and Becky and Charlotte in the ring. They, Becky signs the paperwork. Ronda comes out
From out of nowhere.
and she this is the most controversial part of the week. This is the most talked about news of all week.
This is Ronda Walker.
Ronda comes out. Yeah, I hate the way she walks down to the ring with the face like. She goes in pissed off. She's finally not having none of that shit. She breaks kayfabe on live TV, calls wrestling fake, scripted. She ends up specifically it was a lot of good things about the promo. There was a lot of bad things
Are you
about
talking
the
about
promo.
her YouTube show or on Raw?
No, on Raw.
She said that on Raw?
Yeah, she said that on Raw.
No, she said
No, she did say that on Raw.
No, she just said on Raw, screw the
She
rules
said,
and-
I'm not listening to you guys. I'm not following a script. She
Oh,
specifically
yeah,
said
she
that.
didn't say that was fake. though. Oh, Raw.
You're pretty much telling the
I see what you're
crowd
saying. I see what you're saying.
this is all scripted. It's fake.
Yeah.
So she said, screw the script. Then she said, screw the woo, screw the man, screw the woo. No more Mrs. Nice Bitch. And then kicked Charlotte in the stomach. Charlotte kind of like floated away. And it just became
Charlotte ain't want no smoke.
Ronda Rousey destroying Becky Lynch.
Beat that ass, girl.
Kind of made Becky look really weak.
I don't think it made Becky look weak. I don't think it made
did.
It's Ronda Rousey.
Still,
You're booking this person as the badass, and
the man.
basically a bigger badass just came and whooped your ass.
Man.
And you're supposed to have a match this Sunday which got changed after Ronda Rousey was handed her title back by Stephanie, after Ronda pretty much demanded the belt back and said, what are you going to do, fire me? I make you money.
I mean,
I
Stephanie-
like the attitude change.
Stephani's a face.
I like most of the promo, breaking kayfabe to the extent she did, and keep focusing on scripted. Took it down a bunch of notches for me. But it ends up tonight, Charlotte versus Becky. If Becky wins, she gets put in the match. If obviously Charlotte wins, Becky's out.
The story is so convoluted.
It made her look weak because going into this Fastlane tonight, not only does she have a leg injury, but now she's beat down, hurt rib.
Well, that's what
rib.
they're trying to make. They're trying to make Becky be the
It
underdog.
just leads into the next day's SmackDown with their interaction. Made no sense to me, but I'll let you go on to that. That was the end of Raw. So let's get straight on to
Let's
SmackDown.
get straight into SmackDown. Leading straight into SmackDown, I feel like it's weird that they're telling the story of her being a badass and her also being an underdog at the same damn time.
That's
Because
my
they're doing all this
point.
stuff because she's
You're
a
doing-
badass.
she's doing too
and now
much.
They're
she's doing some-
overbooking it. That's what they're
overbooking it,
doing.
yeah.
They're booking themselves into circles, and the stories are already good.
Turn themselves into a
You don't need to keep adding to the story.
This is.
It's like when authors keep writing sequels, and the more sequels they write,
That's right.
the worse the franchise gets.
It's convoluted and just diluted and lose that initial sting, and that's kind of what this feud is doing. And a company with her and her, whatever. Check out the general discussion, see what we're talking about. But let's move on to SmackDown. SmackDown Live opened up with the Planet's champion in the ring, Daniel Bryan and Rowan. And what a surprise!
Captain Planet.
What a surprise! Captain Planet was cutting a good promo. He was cutting it on
He always cuts good promo.
you know what I'm saying? He's cutting on Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens, I love Kevin Owens because Kevin Owens he's just as witty. So, you know what I'm saying? They're doing a lot of back and forth. And they really
He said
established.
something about the donuts that Kevin Owens eats, like there's these people. Something like that.
Kevin Owens dropped a good line. He was like, "Well, if you think," he was like, "Yeah, you think if I'm like these people, yeah, because we all think you're a potential jackass." You know what I'm saying? Like, it was some really good back and forth. Like, and Kevin Owens pointed out the fact he was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying to point out, like, you're trying to make a fat joke, like the way he said it was like it was mad funny. You know what I'm saying? It's like, is that what you're trying to do? My cannon walk off.
You know what happens when you walk
Do
off
we need-
doing your own
Do we need
segment?
just a canyon walk off every week?
It seems like it.
Well, hey man, I literally.
Hey, at least he did it during his.
I
off
literally just saved the entire show. And these guys complaining. Count the sins, okay?
You know what?
Count the sins. In stereo. Stereo pickles. So.
Extra fickle.
So after that, they get into a scuffle, and the match is set up for the main event of KO versus Rowan. And Kevin Owens is letting me know, like, yo man, like I kind of beat you last week with the stunner, man. Like it's on, like you're beatable. So,
Which, now that you mention his stunner,
you don't like it?
Yeah.
I like KO
it.
stunner.
It looks awkward, man.
I like KO stunner.
No one does the stunner like Austin.
Nobody
no
can.
one.
Nobody can, man.
No one.
Nobody can, man.
Okay.
Even
Nobody
though
can.
Austin probably gave him his blessing.
Can't
but
focus. So, focus.
He got a better.
You got best stunner. You got one in the sleeve.
Oh, word? Don't say that in Austin.
Hey man, so we got Ricochet and Aleister Black versus The Bar next, and this is awesome.
The
I mean,
Bar.
anytime you have Ricochet and Aleister Black versus The Bar, I mean, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, the first match was really good.
Yeah,
Hard hitting.
but it actually ended in a DQ because it ended in a DQ, and Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev ended up coming for the run out, and then the Hardy Boys ended up coming for the run out. So I think we're gonna end up seeing like this, maybe like an 8-man tag team or
Hopefully.
something like that. Or I'm not exactly
A
sure.
multi tag team match.
The rumor is they're gonna do the Usos versus the Hardy Boys. That's the rumor.
Hopefully for the iconic.
SmackDown tag team.
Yeah, the SmackDown tag team.
I don't want to see
I don't
that
know.
team versus that team.
Nah,
If you put Hardy's in the tag team championship match, make it a multi-man match. If they do win, it's like, okay, they earned it.
yeah.
I feel like, okay, oh my God, that is on SmackDown now. They have to be a tag team, and they have to be the champion. Like,
Yeah.
nah, man.
I feel you. I really feel you on that. So, R-Truth came out, and he was paying tribute.
Hey, what's up?
He was paying tribute to his hero, the childhood
John-
hero,
childhood
John Cena.
hero.
The childhood hero, John
Even
Cena.
though R-Truth is 47 and
John Cena's
41.
Listen,
People over here.
Let's go with it, guys.
listen. R-Truth is 47, and John Cena is 41. But if you divide 3, add 33% of it.
Hey, Rhonda said Steiner math makes no sense.
Ronnie, you must be stopped.
She must be stopped.
Steiner math is the most accurate math of all time. What do you think Einstein got his goddamn math from?
That's how we got to the moon.
Like, that's exactly how we got to the moon, by Steiner math. Dude, 33 and a half. Duh, everybody knows this. You guys gotta get with the kayfabe world. Anywho, so then he coming out and he does his United States Open Challenge. And then
What happens?
Lacey Evans walks out. That's what happens.
We already elaborated on how I feel about that.
Lacey Evans walked out. That's what happens. And so the
Rewind
obviously.
the Raw segment. We'll talk. We already talked about.
Here's
Lacey.
the
Let's
thing.
move on.
I think, like you said, I think if it was specific, if she did that to a specific person at specific times, then it'll be like, oh, okay, it's interesting. But her doing it in the middle of U.S. challenges right after this segment, while what? Who?
She just wants spotlight. It's long overdue that somebody stops her spotlight taking and whoops ass for doing it.
Something, whatever. Anywho, she
Moving on.
I mean, at least they announce her now. Before she would just randomly come out. At least they announce her. I think she's the Southern Belle, the sexy Southern Belle, the sensational,
Oh man, something extra.
something extra, something whatever.
Extra.
Hashtag WWE 999 a month. It's one of those. It's one of those deals. So anyway, Samoa Joe answers, and then Rey Mysterio answers, and then Andrade answers. So we end up in a fatal four-way match. And
It was good. good.
You need to go out of your way to see this. I mean, god
And the
damn.
outcome
Yo,
was even
I
better.
did not know that I wanted Samoa Joe to be my United States champion.
Me either.
God damn it. God damn it. God, I
Joe,
need
Joe.
Joe. I
Joe.
need Joe as my United States champion, man.
The
And
promo he cut after.
hot fire. Okay, hot fire. Okay,
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a proper promo.
Samoa Joe.
Please review the tape.
Samoa Joe might be the best
Review the
promo.
footage.
He might be the best promo in WWE. Like for real, he really might be the best promo in WWE. He's straight hot
Listen,
fire.
before-
And he called out John
Honestly,
Cena.
he's probably my top favorite promos the last couple months.
And he called out
The
John
one,
Cena.
the one with Jeff Hardy, that he was like,
Oh.
whoa, just like at AA meetings.
Well, that's when he came out and just
Like,
bang,
with your turn,
bang, bang,
he just
yeah.
shot at everybody.
Yeah, he came out and shot at everybody. Yo,
But he became my John Cena.
yeah, it came out John Cena, man. So hopefully we're finally getting this matchup we were supposed to get. John Cena versus Samoa Joe. WWE's top guy versus TNA's former
So
top
it's literally
guy.
like, I actually want
They
to like
actually
to see
trained
Joe
together.
go over on Cena Mania.
No, I did.
Why
He-
not?
he
That's
should.
that's the rub
should.
that Joe needs.
Yeah, this is what they wanted to do with Joe before, and it's not that he wasn't getting the push, is that he got injured at inopportune times. So you know what I'm saying? Like things happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to picture it up. That's just what happened. Actually, that didn't happen. Next, we got one of the illest. I love these dudes. Still, the retaining SmackDown tag team champions.
Oh my God.
The Usos on a day one-ish came out.
That was my highlight of the whole episode.
Oh
to
my
be honest.
gosh, yo. This promo was just it was hilarious. Like,
He's like, I have to thank you, man. Because of you, I get to have tea time with my dad. I get to say things like co-bestie.
oh my god.
Yo,
Yo.
they roasted and toasted Miz and Shane.
Hilarious. Really good promo. To set up the match for the match at Fastlane, which they retained, which it was the best decision. It's spoilers. Whatever. You're probably watching.
You're watching it right now.
You're probably watching it right now. After this, we just got a nothing match. I'm gonna straight call it that. No disrespect to Mandy Rose and Naomi, it was a nothing match.
It was a good match.
It was supposed to be a payoff. I mean, how do you consider it a good match? They got in the ring. They did a collar elbow tie up. Sonya Deville distracted her. She hit her with the knee strike, which funny, like seems like everybody's trying to do a knee strike. I wonder.
I think they're trying to downplay the impact of the trigger.
Wonder why. Wonder why. Things that make you go
Yeah, but
She hit her with the fairy tale. I don't know what she calls it, but that's what Tommaso Ciampa's finishing move is. The fairy tale ending. 1, 2, 3. They're celebrating, going up. Oh yeah, we did it. Ooh, girl, final desire. That name's kind of cool, but it's kind of not. Whatever. Mandy Rose is sexy, so
you know what it reminds me of? Coming to America.
Come to America. And then Asuka comes with the mask on, boom, mask off, beats both their asses and stands tall. But what really grinds my gears about this is because the main event of the night is not even a WWE champion. You know what the main event of the night is?
What?
Charlotte and Becky for the Raw Women's Championship.
Well, not for the championship, but
About it.
about the championship.
Like, in the SmackDown Women's Championship has been so undermined, and we thought that Mandy Rose was going to win tonight. But she didn't.
Nope.
Who's ready for Oscar? Really?
Everyone.
Who's ready for
According to Ronda
Oscar?
Rousey.
According to Ronda Rousey,
I'm
everybody's ready for Oscar.
I'm ready for Oscar.
He's ready for Oscar, and then we had KO versus Rowan. It was a good match, and then DB got involved, and then we had the return of Mustafa Ali. So
Which
interested to see what that's at.
I felt like they should have held it because now I feel like it's convoluting the WWE title situation now.
I don't.
So what? We're gonna give.
Hold on.
Gonna
Before
give,
we continue, shout out to Gene Bassard. He's a WWE commentator French right now, and he's actually a friend of the show. So peace to Gene Bassard. I don't think it complicates it because we're not.
We're gonna give two people their dream match at Mania.
He hasn't been inserted in.
You know that's gonna where it's gonna be.
Maybe
You don't just throw Mustafa at the main event. The main event match, the go home show on the road to WrestleMania, where you was supposed to be in the Kofi Kingston position right now. That was originally the Mustafa Ali position.
Well, I will say to
So
that.
now you're throwing both of them in it?
Well,
What are they doing?
We're at Fastlane now, and we still have about 4 SmackDowns to go. So we don't know what's going to happen. What's
We'll
not
see.
going to
But
happen.
now to me, it's looking like a
Hopefully it
fatal
doesn't
four-way
get
for
to
the
Kofi.
championship.
And if you're wondering where Kofi was during the night, the New Day and Kofi obviously they were in India doing a promotional tour, and they said that they were going to be at Fastlane, and they were here tonight. They were definitely there, and that was SmackDown.
SmackDown, mate.
Now it's time to go to 205 Live. So we are opened up with Oney Lorcan doing a good video package, hyping himself up, really introduce him to the 205 Live brand. He has a match with Humberto Carrillo.
This was a great match,
Very
long
great
match,
match.
and it was for the tournament.
Yeah, it was
That's
definitely
going
for
off the
tournament.
cruiserweight title picture.
for the at WrestleMania pre-show. So Drew Gulak and Jack Gallagher were in the back watching the match, and their shirts had Humberto Carrillo's face on it.
Yeah, they're really going hard for that.
So Oney Lorcan had a great performance and got the win with this half and half suplex. Backstage, we see Mike and Maria Kanellis upset that they didn't get a tournament match. So it was kind of pointless. So Mike comes out to face Colby Carino, who is Steve Carino's son.
Which at this point you can equate to a random jobber.
I mean, if you want to say that.
Legit.
So Mike comes out in the ring and beats Colby up for a couple of minutes. The referee declares no contest. The match never started. So that was it. There was video packages from Tony Nese and Cedric Alexander.
Which once again emphasized the lack of personality that Cedric Alexander has.
Yeah, he's bland.
The amazing talent he got, and he just cannot captivate me on any promo.
That's why he lost the infamous.
God honest truth, this was the beginning leading into the Tozawa versus Cedric match, right?
Yeah.
The match was ridiculous and ridiculously long. I had to fast forward some of it. That's
Really?
how long it was.
Oh, man.
That took up the majority of the show.
It definitely did.
I mean,
Between
It was like 15 minutes long.
because it was the two tournament matches.
Yeah.
Both of them were very, very long. Like it was match heavy.
it's a wrestling show. It's actually legitimately a wrestling show.
I don't think Oney Lorcan should have went on in the tournament.
Mhm.
For the blending of NXT and the other brands, I get it.
Yeah.
But why not give Mike Kanellis that spot? And
Because he's been losing.
or if not, you've been building Humberto so long and heavy.
Yeah.
Why not have him
I
go
don't
over?
understand. Yeah, he
So-
suffered from the Andrade thing.
To give Buddy Murphy competition that he never faced before.
But check out the Cedric Alexander versus Tozawa match though. It was
Yeah,
definitely
really
good.
good,
For
yeah.
the for the lack of for the sake of honesty, in my part, for the sake of notes and getting through all the shows this week on top of New Japan highlights, I had to fast forward that match. It was long, but for the most part, I did see the highlights. It was a very good match.
So
This is the only part of Super
So
Bowl.
Cedric Alexander wins after Akira Tozawa tried to do the senton. Cedric put his knees up and dropped a lumbar check for the win. Next week there's gonna be Tony Nese versus Drew Gulak and Oney Larkin versus Cedric Alexander in the tournament semifinals matches.
Which was weird how they actually booked the tournament because they actually got through one side of the bracket, and then now we're gonna focus on the other side of the bracket rather than bouncing back and forth. Yeah, I figured they would do both sides of the bracket alternatively and then have the winners, but they actually finished one side of the bracket and now the rest.
Kind of different.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, 205 Live has been good.
Yeah,
I don't like what's going on with Mike Kanellis. I felt like if anything, this was the opportunity for him to like whoop one of the tournament placeholders, like whoop their ass and take their spot, and force his way into this match. But
I mean,
I don't know. We'll see. There's still more time. The tournament's not over. There's still 3 matches left in this tournament.
Yeah.
So
they did ask for their release, even though they denied it.
Let's move on to
NXT.
the A show, the third brand,
Yo,
NXT.
Oh gosh, man, this
weekend NXT, it was mostly the Dusty Rhodes Classic Tag Team tournament matches. We had
we start with this opening.
DIY versus the Undisputed Era in the main event. We had,
which actually restructured Undisputed Era. A lot of people didn't realize Bobby Fish transitioned back into his role as the tag team of Undisputed Era.
Right, Dragon.
Roger Strong, moving back into his kind of single phase. Now's the perfect time to attack all those titles.
definitely is.
It's gonna happen. We'll have to see it. Yeah, it's gonna happen. That video pack they showed at the top of NXT, just talking about the Dusty Rhodes, just showing the first winners all the way up to now, and showing the lineage and the importance of it.
Just even in the arena, they have Dusty's image hanging. It just gives it more prestige, and I felt like it was more interesting just because of the look of Dusty Classic.
Absolutely.
On NXT.
It also ties right into the DIY story that's going on with. That's how it began. They came into NXT, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano off the Dusty Rhodes Classic, and that's where it was supposed to end. Let's get into NXT, man. This is a great episode.
Yeah, it was a great episode. We had DIY versus the Undisputed Era. We had the Forgotten Sons versus Oney Larkin and Danny Burch.
And actually, man, the Forgotten
That was
Sons
actually a good
actually
match,
started
too.
really getting over. Started getting over a little bit.
The
Yeah.
Forgotten Sons.
Yeah.
What's funny is that it takes me a time to remember their actual individual names.
Yeah,
They're really forgotten,
they are.
so their gimmick is perfect.
They really are. And they were the last team to be trained by Dusty, so they have a lot.
Wow,
They have a
I
lot
know
of
that.
things to be invested.
You know what? That might make them a shoe-in for a win.
They might.
Being-
They really want to push them.
If they actually made mention of that on commentary, I could see that happening.
Yeah, they really want to push them. Yeah, that's why I knew they mentioned that on commentary. They really want to push them, so I think it is. This is a good way for them to start getting over. So
We also had Velveteen Dream showing up for the first time as North American champion, and we have none other than the Bro, King of Bros, Matt Riddle interrupting Velveteen Dream.
I got that sound bite. Sorry, I'm
So-
gonna lace it up with one. I got the sound. I got the bro
Yeah,
sound
sound bite.
bite. I got the bro sound bite.
The Dream has no
But
memory of
it's
this,
I really like bro came out was just like, yeah, I just want to get a closer look at that.
Can you hear it?
Sorry, I got caught up in the experience for a little bit. Oh, but yeah, man.
Go back to NXT.
Ooh, what did expect from that? That was But yeah, Velveteen was just like, and Matt Riddle was like, bro, man, I'm trying to get a closer look at that NXT belt. Think it might look better around my waist, bro.
And then the Dream was like, first of all,
I'm not your bro.
The Dream has no memory of that.
And
I'm not your bro.
I'm not your bro. And then he said the spotlight just reminds on him, boom, gives him the experience. I mean, it was really awesome. We also had a tag team match with the European Union and the European Union Street Profits.
No, that's right.
Street Profits. Oh my god.
That was
Oh
a
man.
great match too.
Yo,
I actually thought the Street Profits
I
would win.
really wanted the
Yeah.
Street Profits to win. I think Mustache Mountain, I don't know.
They're big, strong boys.
Big strong boys. I really wanted the Street Profits to win. I really wanted the Street Profits to win, but they didn't pull it out.
Yeah, they wasn't doing this right.
Who was the European Union? Who did the European Union go against?
Alistair Black and Ricochet.
Yo, that match was so good, man. Oh my gosh, that match was so good.
Alistair Black and Ricochet had started to gel.
When he threw Ricochet off and he caught him in the suplex.
Yeah.
That shit was. Oh, I've never seen that before. That shit was so weak. He caught him, just boom, held him up. European Union. Everybody that lost still looked strong. Street Profits looked strong. European Union looked strong. Everybody that lost. Everybody that looked strong this entire night, man. It was a really good episode.
Alright, so we go into NXT UK.
Yep.
So
Across the pond.
across the pond, the Paige is here.
Paige here!
We're even expecting
I was
that.
not expecting Paige here.
So we have Ligero and he faces Joseph Connors. It was a great back and forth match. Ligero defeated Joseph Connors. It looks like they're giving Ligero a good push.
That was a hell of a match, though.
It was
man.
a very good, yeah. It was
Hard hitting.
I like hard hitting.
Wow,
Ligero
wow.
always has the fast pace, and it was a great match.
It's like getting that ring, man.
Next segment we have Tony Storm, as he says that he's done with Wea, as he's looking for new competitors. So who knows who may that be?
Do you know who that lady is? That after Tony Storm cut the promo, Jenny.
That was
She
Jenny.
looks pretty vicious.
Yeah,
she's pretty
she's
vicious.
probably gonna face her soon. So after that we have Gallus, which is the Coffee Brothers, and Wolfgang. They cut a promo that says NXT UK is their kingdom. And then after that we have Walter. He refuses to do an interview. So the second match that we get is the European Union, Fabian Aicher and Marcel Barthel, and they defeated Stoker and Holly. Great strong match for the European Union. They really showcased that they had great tag team skill. And the next match we have is Nina Samuels versus Charlie Morgan, and it was a great squash match for Nina Samuels.
Great squash match. That's like hard to hear.
Yo,
You can't have a great squash.
That was
match,
a
man.
great squash.
You can look good in the squash, man.
That match was only like 3 minutes long. So maybe she should face Tony for the UK Championship. So afterwards we have a 4th Crown Anywhere match. Jordan Devlin versus the Kiwi Buzzsaw Travis Banks.
Yo, this match was.
This
Oh my
match
gosh,
was
man.
a war.
Another match you need to go out of your way to see.
Definitely.
Guys.
Way too many spots for me to say on
There's too many spots to talk about, man.
Like, you just gotta go.
You just gotta go watch it.
Just go watch it on the WWE Network for only $9.99 a month.
Company hat. Here you go.
Yo, you know
Right on
what?
the floor.
I'm not gonna throw it on the floor, cause you know what? This week in WWE was actually pretty.
It was packed.
It was packed with.
Very
It was
packed.
packed with some good stuff, though. It was packed with good
Very
stuff. I mean,
packed.
of course we can nitpick. Of course, good gosh, don't get us started. But
I was gonna go full heel today on WWE, but
Man.
nah, I don't
I think the discussion that you could check out.
the discussion kind of.
I kind of vented my frustration a
Yeah.
little bit over there. So
It was
I'm
warranted
okay on
frustration. It was warranted frustration.
I think the Usos subsided that a little bit for me this week with their promo.
Yeah, man, freaking, we had 3 cases of breaking kayfabe in a matter of like 72 hours, man. Like it's just
Yeah.
too much.
Kayfabe is a way of protecting the business. That's all in the intro.
Intro.
So, was that NXT UK?
That was NXT UK.
And I'm pretty sure we have some New Japan news, right?
Oh boy, dude! But before we leave the pond, before we leave the NXT UK, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Walter and Pete Dunne team up against Joe Coffey and not the Kingdom. What was the group?
Gallus.
The Gallus. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be interesting. They'll team up before they clash. We gotta tell you something right now. Walter is coming for you, Pete Dunne. Your days are numbered, punk.
I feel bad for him.
Those chops.
Walter is crazy.
Walter? Yo, I can't wait. I can't wait for the WWE
I just feel,
Universe.
I'm cringing already because I can imagine this fucking chop.
I can't wait for the WWE Universe to see this match because they've had this match before. He's fought Tyler Bate. It's
I
gonna
think-
be.
I think we'll redefine Cruiserweight that night.
They will. They will.
Yeah,
they really
so-
will. He's gonna stake his claim. But
to
let's go to New Japan,
let's go to
yo.
the far
Let's
east.
go to the far east, man. So New Japan Pro Wrestling, they're starting the New Japan Pro World Cup, but before we get to the World Cup, god damn it, Charlotte. Woo, Ric Flair. Woo!
Don't you start that.
Oh, jeez, that's my line. Alright. Before we get there, we actually had the 47th anniversary event of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Obviously, the 47th, 47 years of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And we had LIJ versus Okada, Tanahashi, and Goto. And, man, this is a really good match, man. Good 6-man tag team match. What New Japan Pro Wrestling does, when they have an event, they have, let's say, they have the New Japan Cup coming up. What they'll do is they'll have tag team matches of the people who are going to be in the World Japan Cup, and they have them in tag team matches. So you get a preview of people who are going to be facing each other. Naito said that he wants to be a double champion. He wants to be the Intercontinental Champion and the World Heavyweight Championship. So this is a story.
Crazy.
This story they've been spinning. It's been spinning for like 3-4 years now with Naito chasing.
I think he'll get the
champion.
chance, but I don't think he'll do it.
I don't think he will either. There's a lot of people in that championship. We got Okada, Tanahashi,
Honestly,
Ibushi.
I think that belt after Jay White is going to Okada.
I think Jay White's gonna have that belt for a while. Jay White has been talking the talk, and goddamn it, the Bullet Club have been walking the walk. But we're gonna get onto them in a little bit. We had Jushin Thunder Liger versus Taiji Ishimori. Man, this is a hell of a match. Another match. Honestly, I'm not trying to milk it. All these matches, dead serious, are like 3.5 star matches. All of them are solid
Like,
matches.
you should really get the $9.99 to get New Japan.
You really should.
Because
It's solid matches.
it's hard to catch New Japan otherwise.
It's
Like,
hard to catch. It's hard to catch
tried.
alive. It's hard to catch
I
alive.
tried.
They come
So-
on. They're a 13-hour
And
time
that,
difference.
and Ring of Honor,
You gotta
WWE.
just-
You know what I'm saying?
Pay that $9.99.
And it's cool is because we are seeing a lot of Ring of Honor in it. We are seeing it because we had the debut of Colt Cabana
Oh,
in
yeah.
Japan Pro
I'm
Wrestling.
surprised it took so long for Colt to actually debut over there.
Yeah, man, I'm surprised too.
Colt's been everywhere.
Oh yeah, he literally has been. They were and the thing about New Japan Pro Wrestling, even if you're not caught up, the commentary is so good. Kevin Kelly, sometimes Don Callis is there, Rocky Romero, Excalibur. They really do a good job of catching you up. Whatever match is on, they'll like give you like a brief history of the match, why this match is important, why these two like are going against each other. So they always catch you up. You don't ever feel like it's in the dark. The main event of this match. Oh, by the way, like we said earlier in the news, Jushin Thunder Liger renounced his retirement. He lost that match against Taiji Ishimori. But the main event of that evening was Will Ospreay versus Jay White. And god damn it, it's another match you gotta go out of your way to see.
We'll see that.
Will Ospreay is always awesome, but Jay White is really stepping his game up, something serious. Will Ospreay was going for the ox cutter. He reversed it into the switchblade. Oh my god, it was. If you know how the ox cutter goes and the way he just reversed it into the switchblade, it was wicked. Then he got him up, hit him with the full switchblade.
Like, this is coming off Will Ospreay winning their first initial match.
Yeah,
The build up to this match, they had a lot of like, hey, I'm here. You gotta get through me before you really step up. Because the last time I checked, I beat you.
yeah, Ring of Honor and stuff like
So-
that. Yeah, this is interesting how things change, man. You'd have thought that by Will Ospreay's popularity that he would be the world champion, something like that. But no, it's Jay White, man. Jay White is he's really winning me over. He's really winning me over. The Bullet Club is looking, despite the Elite leaving, the Bullet Club is looking mighty strong.
Very strong.
Very strong. And like,
The Bullet Club is fine.
Bullet Club is fine.
It actually is.
Bullet Club is really fine.
It actually
And
is.
they're growing, yeah, and they're growing. They're
It actually
growing.
is fine.
They really are fine. So we're gonna jump ahead to the World Cup Night 1, and this is when things really start to get interesting, man. Mikey Nichols, formerly of TM61, is now in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he's part of Chaos.
He's buff as hell now.
Oh man,
So?
got made up, man. That's what he's doing this time off. He's taking care of his baby and doing his push-ups, man. Eating his goddamn weed. You gotta
Steaks
wake
and
up.
weights.
Steaks and weights. Tuck it. You don't know how I feel about Tucker. We had Mikey Nichols and Will Ospreay and Rocco Romero versus Taiji, Battle Fale, basically the Bullet Club. And they were about to win. Gato at the end hit him with the kendo stick. Then the Taiji Ishimura hit the Bloody Sunday and ended that. Definitely go watch New Japan. We had Suzuki Gun just dominate. They beat up Lance Archer and Kojima. And one thing I actually learned from this, Suzuki Gun stole this from Kojima. I never knew that. It used to be Kojima Gun. And Suzuki Gun hurled him up, mobbed him out, and now the Suzuki Gun. The Suzuki Gun is way stronger, so it's another little, that happened 8 years ago, and you see how the commentators is so important. Like, that's why we kind of get on WWE commentators, because, you know, like, I've been watching New Japan Pro Wrestling for only a year, but there's a lot of things I don't know, so they're giving you the info that you need, so you can, even if you this is your first time watching, you get the history of it. We had, I don't want to skip over anything, but I want to get to the singles matches because this is really the meat of it. Like I said, the tag team matches are just people that are going to eventually get into one-on-one matches.
And people got to understand, this was a 2-day event. 2-day
event, yeah. This is all culminating for this event, and this is only the first day of like the New Japan World Cup is usually a 16-man tournament. It got extended to 32, and now the winner of the New Japan Cup is going to face Switchblade Jay White at Madison Square Garden at the G1. So this high stakes, and it's not like the G1 climax. Like, if you lose a match, that's it. 1 round tournament. So all these matches are important. A World Cup round 1. Taguchi, who used to be partners with Finn Balor, got a victory, and I'm a little upset about this because it was a botch finish. New Japan doesn't do botch finishes, but they did. He clearly kicked out, but Taguchi won. Anyway, Shota, who was a young lion. A young lion is exactly how it sounds. They're basically rookies in New Japan Pro Wrestling. They don't get any intro music. They wear just black trunks.
Jay White, Naito, all of them were young lions. It's the picture tough enough, but they're actually on the sidelines doing the work. Doing ring work.
Exactly what AJ said. And for the first time, they actually had a young lion in the World Cup, and he went against Tanahashi. And the story of this match was just as hard as Tanahashi was hitting, the young lion just kept getting up and hitting Okada just as hard. And if you're familiar, obviously you're familiar with wrestling, so you wouldn't be watching this. Remember when Chris Jericho used to do the Lion Tamer? Not the Walls of Jericho. The Lion Tamer, Tanahashi had him in the clover leaf, but it was literally on his neck, and he's sitting down, full stop, straight sit down. And
I've actually been put in a clover leaf. That shit fucking hurts. So to get that torque,
but
I couldn't breathe.
Shota did the same thing. Shota was doing the same thing to Tanahashi. Had him in the Boston, had the Lion Tamer cranked on his neck, sitting full the way down.
That takes all the air out of your chest. You can.
And by the end of the match, the crowd was cheering for Shota. And this is against Tanahashi, you know what I'm saying? So Shota in the future is obviously going to be a future star. We had Zack Sabre Jr. On Zack Sabre Jr. time. And Evil, it's time for you to just tap out. And that is exactly what he did, dude. He ended up tapping out. Zack Sabre Jr. is the style that he wrestles and the low impact that he receives. We're going to be seeing Zack Sabre Jr. in his prime, literally no exaggeration, for like the next 15 years.
Yeah. Damn.
Because he doesn't take damage. He makes you wrestle his style. And Evil put up a good match, but he's an octopus, man. He literally got him in the octopus, got him down, cranked the fingers back, cranked the elbow back, manipulated the fingers, had no choice, and Evil had to tap out right in the middle of the ring. Juice Robinson lost to Chase Owens.
Yeah.
In a big surprise. That was nobody expected that. Nobody expected
they're trying to build Chase Owens back as a figure in the Bullet Club.
And I think Chase Owens is eventually going to take that United States Championship from Nick Robinson. And the Bullet Club will almost have every single championship in New Japan Pro Wrestling, which I'm not against, because the Bullet Club is fun.
It really is.
Michael Elgin versus Okada. Man, this is a goddamn Michael Elgin. He's a big, strong boy, okay? He's a big, strong man, but it's the Rainmaker, man. You can't do nothing against a Rainmaker. Okada drop kick, Rainmaker, 1, 2, 3. Okada moves on to the next round. And the main event of that night, Tetsuya Naito versus Kota Ibushi. I mean, goddamn. We've had a lot of
That was
matches
a
this
great
week
match.
that we say go out of your way to see. You really need to go out of your way to see Kota Ibushi versus Tetsuya Naito. It was really cringy. I don't know if maybe...
That was the perfect word. Because I cringed at the apron spot.
Dude, the tunes around the apron. Oh my god, it was so many hard hitting spots. But Kota
Not only
Ibushi,
that, it's like for the pile driver on the apron, you could tell he wasn't even balanced properly. Like he had to readjust like twice before he could even do it. So by the time he actually went for the pile driver, I couldn't trust it.
yeah,
You know, I'm like, no, like, oh.
one thing about them, they're doing they do like a lot of neck training. That's why they can get dropped in their necks and they're like kind of like not break their neck. They do tons of neck training, but still, it's very cringy. It's definitely a different style than WWE. It's a lot more hard hitting. Not once, and I pick on WWE, but not once you ever watch New Japan Pro Wrestling and you question what you're watching. You're watching a sport event. They present it like that. The commentators put it over like that. The wrestlers perform like that. And maybe that's why I am biased sometimes, because and along with all that great wrestling commentary, the stories are just, they make sense. Nothing is filler in New Japan. And I thought the beginning stuff, they just have these big tag team matches at the beginning. They're not filler because those matches have young lions, like we said. Okada's been a young lion. Jay White's been a young lion. So you're seeing the future. You're seeing the future in the beginning. So you know what I'm saying? Like it's a really cool stuff. But in the end, Korigami to Naito. First off, he hits him with a J Driller, literally on his head, on the top of his head. Korigami, 1, 2, 3. Ibushi on to the next round. And yeah, man, that might be the future Intercontinental Champion. Might be the future World Heavyweight Champion. Who knows? All roads leads to the G1 Supercard, and I'm pretty sure that we can keep on rambling. There's a lot of things that happen on. Just a quick shout out to Impact Wrestling. Lance Storm was part of their creative team, and you should also go check out the Lucha Brothers versus the Rascals. That was a goddamn good match.
Yep.
You should really go check that out. Shout out to Impact. Impact is doing really good things. And
Shout out to NLW too.
yeah, they had an event this weekend.
Can't lie, Impact has definitely been like
Stepping it up.
drilling into my head. Like, start
We're
watching.
gonna get Jordan Grace versus
love
Tessa
Jordan Grace.
Blanchard.
Yeah, I love
Shout out to
Jordan
Jordan Grace.
For real.
Shout out to the girl
person.
Tessa Blanchard. I love Tessa Blanchard. So yeah, man, the future's looking bright. And I think Impact they acknowledge Impact on their show this week. I think sooner than later we're really gonna see Impact at AEW. So I think
Should.
both of them are gonna benefit.
Should.
Both of them will benefit. But there's so much rush. Shout out to MLW. New Japan World Cup is up. NXT UK, 205 Live, Raw, SmackDown. This has been a fantastic week in wrestling across the board. I think we can keep going on and keep rambling. I think that's it.
But you can find me at kayfabe_AJ on Instagram. You can find Focus.
At kayfabe_focus.
You can find me at Mr. Richie Moon, and you can find me at Kayfabe Avenue. And ladies and gentlemen, this has been a good week in wrestling.